Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button. Today's tutorial will be about how to do an easy golden cut crease. For the eyebrows, I'll be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony. I'm just using a flat angle brush to fill in her eyebrows. I'm making sure that I apply enough product to cover up her tinted red eyebrows that she had previously. Now I'm using a MAC Cosmetic 242 brush to sculpt the eyebrows. To sculpt the eyebrows, I'm using a lighter skin foundation. You can use foundation or concealer, but I'm using Match Master in the shade 5.0 to sculpt the eyebrows. The same color that I used for the bottom of her eyebrows is the same shade I'm using at the top to sculpt it. To use that MAC Cosmetic 242 brush, you have to learn how to apply a little pressure when it comes to sculpting around the eyebrows. The more pressure you place on that brush, the more thick and fat that concealer may look on the lid or the eyebrows. Now to conceal the concealer, I'll be using Black Opal Stick Foundation in the shade Truly Topaz. I'm just using a regular concealer brush. I will list all of my favorite brushes in the description box. That brush is from Crown Brushes. The object of sculpting the eyebrows with the foundation is trying to hide the concealer as much as possible without having that halo. Don't rush, just take your time trying to hide that concealer underneath the eyebrows, and you do the same for the top. So I'm using the same foundation at the top, Black Opal Stick Foundation in the shade Truly Topaz to conceal that concealer above the eyebrows. Now for my eyeshadow primer, I'll use Benign Cosmetic Clown White as my eyeshadow base. The first color I use in the crease is like a brick color. So I circle around the crease all the way to the tail of the eyes. Make sure you place enough product on the eyes so you can see it, or enough product on the crease so you can see it. The second color is a light brown color. As you can see, I am snatching her eyebrows up to place it in the socket of the crease. So it's like a light brown color. So use your finger to lift up the eyebrows to place that color in the socket of the crease. And bring that brown to the tail also. The next color is a dark brown color that I'm placing in the socket of the crease. And I'm doing the same thing. You snatch the eyebrows up and make sure you put that dark color in the socket of the crease. Don't forget to bring that brown color all the way to the tail of the crease. Make sure you apply enough product to see the transition in all of the shades in the crease. For each of those colors, I'm using 3 different crease brushes. To cut a crease, I'll be using Makeup Revolution in the shade C2 Concealer. And I'm using the MAC Cosmetic 242 brush to help me cut the crease. Sometimes you can see the crease with your eyes without doing the other trick with putting the concealer at the bottom and just make them open the eyes, and the crease will show, if you get what I mean. And see, sometimes I make mistakes and I'm showing you can start right back over. Just put the same color that you use in the crease to wipe it off, and you could just start back over. Once you get that crease the way you like it to look, the other rest is simple. You just fill it in real fast. Just fill it in and you'll be alright. With the crease cut, you do have to take your time when it comes to that crease. The same way you like to have your eyebrow sharp, just make sure you try your best to make that crease sharp. Now for the tail of the crease cut, I just mimic the same shade that I put in the crease. I just put that brick color and that brown color and the dark brown color. The same shade that you use in the crease is the same shade you will use at the tip of her eyes. Now to fill in her crease, I'm just using a gold shimmery color from one of those Juvia palette. I forgot the name of the palette, but I'll list that in the description box. It's just a gold, the most brightest gold they have in one of the palette. I'll put it in the description box. So I place that all over the lid. Then when I get near the crease, I'll probably use a smaller brush to make sure I don't mess up that crease or the crease cut. I think that brush is from the Morphe, but I'll list all of my brushes that I use in the description box. When it comes to applying shadow near that crease cut line, it's important for you to take your time. After you're done with the eyeshadow, the same thing again, the same color that you use in the crease is the same thing you blend the tail out with. The brick, the light brown and the dark brown. And with a little pinch of black. The same brush that I use for the gold, I'm using to apply the dual eyelash adhesive glue to put it on the borderline of the crease cut. And the gold glitter that I'm using is from Benign Cosmetic called 3D Prism. I'll list all of that in the description box. As you can see, the same brush that I used to apply the glue is the same brush I used to pick up the glitter, and I pat it on the area that the glue is. So you pat enough glitter on that area and keep it moving to the next area. The more glitter you put or pat on, the more it shows. Take your time when it comes to the borderline of the cut crease. Every artist have their own way, their own technique, and their own style on doing this cut crease stuff. Me, I'm still learning, and this is the way I find that works for me. After you're done with that borderline cut crease glitter, now you can just spread that glitter, and you could probably grab a bigger brush, or you could still use the same brush, but you could quickly apply the rest of the glitter on the area that you desire. After you're done with the gold glitter, you have to do the same thing. Blend all those colors that you used in the crease back on the tail of the eyes. Okay, you guys, I think I did one eye bigger than the other, so I'm going to quickly show you how I came up with an idea or how you could correct a cut crease. Basically, you just recut the crease that you did, cut it up again, fill it in, then add that gold glitter, then go back, get some more duo glue, fill it in, then add some more glitter, and I think your problem will be fixed. As you can see, I'm filling that area with the gold shadow. Then I'm lining up some duo glue in that area where I place the gold shadow. Now I'm just patting the same gold glitter on that area. Just remember to take your time when it comes to that cut crease borderline. And there you have it, a adjusted cut crease. Now for her liquid liner, I'll be using Amuse Cosmetic Liquid Jet Black Waterproof Eyeliner. As you can see, it gets the job done quick and fast. But you might have to do a second layer because you're dealing with glitter. So sometimes that glitter might be moving. So a second layer would cover up any shine that the black liner is trying to cover up. Now to moisturize her face, I'll be using Cetaphil moisturizer, skin moisturizer. And then to prime her face, I'll be using Urban Decay D-Slick Primer. For her foundation, I'm using Makeup Forever HD Foundation in the shade 173. I will list her color in the description box. I only use that shade in the inner area of her face, and also I used her shade to blend her eyebrows down some more, or to blend the foundation into her eyebrows so it could look as natural as possible. And for the outer area of her face, I'm using MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC50, only in the outer area of the perimeter of her face. Then I gently blend both HD foundation and the MAC Cosmetic foundation evenly so it could look like her real natural skin or her real skin tone. Now for the concealer, I'm using MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer in the shade NW35. This is my first time using this product. This is one of the new product that they came out with. It's supposed to be 24-hour long wear. And I would say so far I like the coverage, and I like how fast it blends down into the foundation. And then I don't have to work as hard as I normally have to work when I'm using that Pro Longwear concealer. Now to contour her, I'll be using black Opal stick in the shade Karab. This is something new I just started doing, using the stick foundations versus the liquid foundation to contour. I like the shade that the stick foundation give me on the skin. So sometimes I use that more than I do the NW 58 Studio Fix Fluid liquid foundation. You can really see the dimension when it comes to contouring with that stick foundation. Oh, and everybody know this is my favorite brush that I love to apply my foundation, blend my concealer, and contour with. This brush is everything. I'll list that in the description box. And this is my little concealer trick when you can't get that nose as sharp as you want it to be. Just take a little concealer, run it up the bridge of the nose, and take that foundation stick and you work and blend both of those things together. Now before I set underneath her eyes, I blend out any fine line underneath it. Then I'll use Benign Cosmetic Natural Set for underneath her eyes in the center of her face. And for her whole entire face, I'll be using Makeup Forever HD Pressed Powder in the shade 173 for the inner area of her face. And for the outer perimeter of her face, I'll be using MAC Cosmetic Dark Powder Skin Finisher. Now I'm just using banana powder to highlight her to give her an extra pop. For her blush, I'll list that in the description box. I just do a mixture of blush from Juvia Place. I'll list the one that I use. It'll be in the description box. It's only 3 shades that I mix together to get her color. After I finish blushing her out, it's time for me to dust all of her baking powder off of her. I felt like being a little extra by trying to highlight underneath her cheekbones and make it pop out. Now for her lips, I'll be using a MAC red pencil to stencil out her lip line. I'm using that sponge so I won't get my handprint onto her face. After stenciling out the lip, I like to fill in the lip with the pencil so it can help the lipstick to last longer or help the illusion that the lipstick is still there, that it lasted super longer. But I'll be using a MAC Cosmetic liquid matte lipstick. Now for the lips, I'm using a MAC Cosmetic Retro Matte Lipstick. I'll list that in the description box. Now I'm just using a 242 brush in her foundation to help sharpen her red lips to make it look extra sharp. Doing red lips, no lie, is a little bit hard because you have to be precise. Do you know they have classes on just to do a red lip? And I took it more than once. Now it's time to dust all of this baking powder off of her face, blend everything down. Make sure you remove enough of that baking yellow powder off her face because if you take a picture, you will get a flashback. So remember to always blend down your powder completely. Alright you guys, all I did was added a white liner and gave her an extra lash. And for underneath the white liner, I added a yellow color. I'll list both products in the description box and also bronzer. I am so sorry that the camera phone died. But please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know how you like this tutorial. And please don't forget to hit that notification button.